Here with Evan Hart, class of 2023 from Mercer County, Kentucky. A Kentucky commit, obviously playing here for Alpha Baseball this weekend. Evan, thanks for the time.
Yep, thank you.
So you recently hit 90 mile an hour, an 82 to 90 velo jump for you in the last year. When you hit 90, what was the reaction, and what do you attribute this big jump over the last year to?
It was really big, successful jump because I was, like I said, 82 last year, and it was my arm actually got cleaned up and I wasn't using my lower half right, and when I clicked it, it all clicked at one time and it made a huge jump, and it was really nice to see because it took forever to get there.
So now you got 90 on the fastball, the curve goes down into the 60s.
Yeah.
What do you think your strength is in terms of, obviously when you have that big of a gap in terms of the velo, what do you think your strength is?
I think it's just, I mean, the velo and I throw a 12-6, so it's more of my fastball moves side to side, so my 12-6 makes a big difference because of the bad jump, and just a difference in swinging through the swing path, because with my 12-6 it's straight up and down and my slider is straight, so I use them two against each other because my slider's in the low 80s.
Yeah, you mentioned the slider. Where are you at in the development of that? I mean, is it a secondary pitch that you're feeling really comfortable with at this point?
I'm mostly, like, I'm not completely comfortable with it yet. That's what the fall is really I'm using it for, is to get used to it, but I usually more use it as a tunnel pitch to, as I throw a fastball, then it's a late break on my slider right on the lower half. It's like 81, 82 compared to the 90 from the fastball.
So you're going to use the fall to kind of tinker with the slider. Is there anything else that I mean, obviously that's the time of the year where guys start, maybe they want to mix in a knuckle curve, some fun stuff. Like, you have anything along those lines?
Well, I'm just going to stick with the four pitches out there, which is fastball, 12-6, and slider and changeup. And my changeup and slider are the main focus right now because, it was a velo jump, but now that I got it, I'm just going to focus on locating my secondary pitches and being able to use my changeup to my strength.
So you're obviously a Kentucky commit. When you grow up in Kentucky, the blue can be a religion. Was that a dream of yours when you were a kid?
It was.
Yeah.
And when I grew up, when I was 9 or 10 years old, I just knew that's where I wanted to go to school. And when I got the offer, I immediately took it.
If Louisville called, what would the reaction have been?
I talked to Louisville, but I knew where I wanted to end up. And I knew if I got the option to go there, I was going to go there. So
what has the coaching staff from Kentucky told you thus far? You've got some time before you arrive in Lexington. What have they kind of told you now they like about you, but they maybe kind of want to see this happen before you get there?
I just want to make sure that I'm most prepared just to get there and be competitive and just compete for a spot when you get there, and just everything else let you play out and see how it goes.
The SEC has gotten so competitive. I mean, just year after year, guys are top-end draft picks out of that league. What is most exciting to you about the potential of playing in the SEC?
It's just playing in the SEC. That was the biggest reason I went to Kentucky, and because I'm from Kentucky. But it was just the fact that I get to pitch against the best players every day. I mean, SEC's got all the best players in the country, and you just get to throw against them every weekend.
Well, I want to see what you're working with here, so I'm going to get out of the shot here and give you some room, have you kind of take us through your pitch grips. Maybe tell us kind of the tweaks that you have on what you're working with. Sound good?
Yep. When I throw my fastball, I have a straight. I put my thumb on the inner half of the seam, and I put my fingers together. Most people do not do that, but I do it because it feels better, and it just feels better, and I have a better spin rate out of it. And then I throw my slider with the back. I throw it like that and stay through it and pull it off. And then with my 12-6, I throw a spike and I throw it like that, and I just go straight down. And then my changeup is actually my best pitch, is I throw it straight over here with my two seam, and I flick it down with my two seam and roll it off with my middle finger and my ring finger, and just flick it down off of it. And then my pinky is the biggest part because it flips it down, and I just sink it off under the batter's bat.
Hey, thank you so much for doing this. That was fantastic. Make sure everybody keeps it locked on LakePoint Sports across all our social media channels. Subscribe on YouTube for all the latest happening on campus.